Talk to me a little bit about why you're making the move and explain what it means.
Well, the China A-share market, the domestic market of China onshore, is opening up. You know, there are a lot of liberalization, relaxation of restrictions and the like. So about a year and a half ago, we put in 5% of the value of the large caps that went into the index in 2018. And what we announced yesterday was an increase in the value of the large caps and also including the mid caps going into the index in 3 steps in the balance of the year.
So, Henry, the weighting in the overall MSCI Emerging Market Index has gone up 4 or 5-fold in the index.
Yes, it's going to go the A-share part. Remember, there is already a lot of Chinese shares in the index, but these are shares that trade outside of China. But the A-shares goes from about 70 basis points to about 2.8%. In addition to that, we're also including mid-caps into the index. That once done, it gets to about 3.3% by the time we get done towards the end of the year.
So what I don't understand is why now, when the decision is such a big decision, we're going up 5-fold. Why wasn't this drip feed done over the last couple of years so that you didn't get to a point where you were 5 times out of whack from where you needed to be?
Yeah, what happened was in the first step, there was a lot of lack of understanding of institutional investors, not a lot of experience in investing in China. So there was a little bit of concern that this step could be too large, for them to learn and understand how it was to do that. Once that step got done and they got a lot more experience, they became very comfortable with the market. So therefore, we're able to accelerate the pace of inclusion.
And now there are investment managers who are curious, does this mean in another year we could see it go to 50% or 80%? You have said that anything beyond 20% would require Chinese authorities to address a number of remaining market accessibility questions. Is there any confidence on your end? Is there any indication that a deal with China, with the United States, might be the opening that you need to do that?
Well, the pace at which we make all these steps is going to depend on the opening up of the market. Right now, we feel that where we are is reflective of the pace of opening up by the regulators. To the extent that the regulators in China open up faster and sooner, obviously we will be step by step with them in further increases. We also believe that that process of opening up the capital markets of China has been relatively independent of the China-USA trade relationships or trade discussions.
You don't think that there's a correlation?
No, there is a correlation that so far has been independent, but I believe that it could accelerate it because China is looking for the sophistication of capital markets, is looking for the integration of the financial markets into the global economy, and therefore the negotiations on the trade agreement also serve as a counterweight. If we cannot get a lot done in the trade agreement, that is going to take some time, obviously, with the U.S. and other countries. Another way to accelerate the opening up of China is through the financial markets.
Henry, there was a lot of speculation that the weights would be increased anyway, and the China A-share market rallied very hard in February ahead of this decision. Do you think it did so ahead in expectation you'd make this decision, or is there more upside to come based simply on the announcement you made today?
No, I think the rally in the market has been more because the market was oversold to begin with in China. Secondly, obviously the progress on the trade negotiations with the U.S. And there was a little bit of expectation that we were going to increase it. But I don't think that was the major determinant. I think it was the first 2 points. Obviously, there was additive to what was happening. But I think also people have learned to understand that the market is opening up, that there is a lot of foreign investment going into that market, and therefore that MSCI will be side by side with that process of opening up.